Christmas memories. I've been working so much lately, I can barely find the time to sleep. Yeah, I spend my time running around, keeping people pleased. But
Great
this
books
is my favorite holiday,
based on how well
it's a chance to start
they met the
over
expectation
new,
that I had for
'cause I
them and
missed
how
you
much I
so
enjoyed them. I'm not going to
letting
edit all of this
go.
out because I want you guys to see what it's like to be neurodivergent. My brain is chopped salad today. It's just, and we're mixing up the salad. Good morning. This is the start of another reading vlog. My kittens are all up in my face today, so they may show their faces. Anyways, this is the start of a new reading vlog, so welcome or welcome back. My name is Cass, and this reading vlog is going to be a week of reading Christmas books. So I have been sick, grieving, overwhelmed with the holidays, dealing with sick children, and oh my goodness, my reading has been all over the place. I've read some really good books, but I'm just not reading as much, and it's really hard for me to focus, and I find myself having to start over. And usually when I get to that point, it is a sign that I need to read like some palette cleansers or something that I don't have to focus super hard on. So I thought it would be really fun to read some cozy Christmas, like Hallmark type of books, because 'tis the season. I can recommend them to you, and it's something that I don't have to concentrate too hard on. This week, I'm going to be pre-filming my 12 days of bookMAS and decorating my house for Christmas, which I'm going to be filming. So I thought this is the perfect time for me to be listening to those kinds of books. So I have a bunch also that just became available at the library, so it's good timing as well. Let's see what's on deck. Okay, so here are some of the books that I plan to listen to in this vlog. Lovelight Farms by B.K. Borison. I'm pretty sure that this book was recommended by an author that I follow, so I love author recommendations, you know. Then I also have Holiday Romance by Catherine Walsh, and then In a Holidaze by Christina Lauren. That might be it. But I also want to read Megan Quinn's book. Is that her name? I think that's her name. Let's see. Megan Quinn. I swear that's her name. Where's the Christmas? Doesn't she have a new Christmassy book? Am I like going crazy? I swear she is. Oh yeah. How My Neighbor Stole Christmas. So I don't have that yet, but I'm also going to put that on my TBR for the week. So if I can get through those, that would be great. Let's get into it. I'm going to go ahead and pop my earbuds in. I'm going to start with the Lovelight Farms. Isn't the cover so cute? Like, total vibes, total vibes. Today, it's freezing cold outside. It snowed for the first time yesterday. I'm in Boise, Idaho, and it didn't snow a ton, just like a little, but it's like so cold that the snow froze over. So we just have like this frosty layer of snow on top of everything. It's actually really pretty, but it's so flipping cold. I do not want to go outside, and I have to run some errands today. I have an appointment to go to, and I have to go get something fixed on my car. I'll be listening to my book, and we'll see what we get up to. Anyways, I'll talk to you guys soon. Okay, little update. I've been busy. I had to go to the car shop to get some things done on one of my cars, and I've been listening to the book the whole time. I'm working on a new setup for my books and filming, which I will be revealing at the end of this month. Anyways, I wanted to check in. I'm about 30% of the way through. I'm loving it. It's totally hitting the spot. It's exactly what I needed right now. So let me set the story up for you. We have Estelle, or she goes by Stella, who owns this basically like a Christmas tree farm in a tiny little town, and she has like 2 other employees, And then we have her best friend, Luca, who they just like smacked into each other on the street 10 years ago. Stella had just lost her mom. She was raised by her mom as a single mom, and they were really close, so she was really sad at the time and grieving. And they kept bumping into each other, and they ended up becoming friends, like best friends. And Stella doesn't have her mom anymore. She knows about her dad, but her dad was never involved with her growing up. She found him after her mother passed away. And so she doesn't really have any family. She's really like lonely, I guess. Like she feels like she's kind of alone in the world. And Luca is her best friend, and they have been friends forever. And she secretly, fantasizes about him. And he is basically like the smoke show. Like everyone thinks he's very, very handsome and charming. But she's never entertained the idea that they could be together because she doesn't think he feels the same way, and because she's afraid that if she admits her feelings, it could ruin their friendship, and he's basically like family to her. And if dating didn't work out, then it would ruin the one relationship she has that has been like a constant in her life. None of this is spoilers, by the way. This is all like either on the back of the book or within the the very beginning of the book. So we have best friends to lovers, we have fake dating, and the banter is top notch, and we have all of the holiday vibes because this is taking place in the fall and Christmas time. It's over like a couple month period, I think. And the reason why Luca and Stella have to start fake dating is that Stella has applied for this big travel influencer to come feature her little Christmas tree farm that is struggling on her platform. And if she does, it could really make or break their business. And right now their business is hurting. Like she's on the verge of her business, the Christmas tree farm, getting shut down. And when she made the application, she saw that this influencer, she really likes like romantic stories. Like she's always featuring places where it's like, oh, this husband and wife like created this bed and breakfast together, or these best friends since they were babies did this together. Just really like endearing romantic stories, right? So she thought it would be more appealing if she put on the application that she owned the Christmas tree farm with her boyfriend, but she doesn't have a boyfriend. So in walks Luca, her best friend, who offers to play the part so that she can get the feature that she needs on this influencer's platform. And, it kind of goes from there. Only the problem is that they live in a tiny, small town. So they can't just like fake out the influencer. They have to fake out everyone. So they have to start pretending like they are dating for everyone in the town. And of course, they each have feelings for each other. But for whatever reason, we don't know what Luca's reasons are. We only know what Stella's reasons are. They've never divulged them to each other. So the tension is palpable. It is palpable. And because they are best friends, they already like know each other so well. The banter is so good. There's so many hilarious moments already, and I'm only like a third of the way through. Like I've like spit laughed during this book already, and we're only 30% in. Like spit my coffee out laughing because it caught me off guard. It was so funny. I also laughed at the car shop. So everyone was probably like, what is going on with this lady? Like I had my earbuds in, but like if they didn't realize I had earbuds in, they were probably like, this lady is crazy. But anyways, I'm very much enjoying it. I decided to order myself a physical copy because I really like it and I love the aesthetic of it, so I definitely want it on my shelf. But there's just too many great moments, too many amazing quotes, and so I'm hoping to get the book soon. When I get the book, I might share a few quotes because the banter is just so good. Anyway, I'm loving it, and I already shared this with my best friend, and she was like, oh, I've read that whole series and it's so good. I'm like, well, why didn't you tell me? But anyway, so apparently the entire series is really good. So I'm very excited, and it's definitely giving all of the holiday vibes exactly what I wanted. So, and the part that I'm in the book right now is just after Thanksgiving, but before Christmas. And that's like exactly where we're at. It's the beginning of December right now, so we're post Thanksgiving. So it's just all the right vibes for me. So that's my update. Then I got this package on the porch, so I thought, might as well open it up on camera. So my Fairy Loot YA box came. My December box. Let's see what's in here. Okay, I'm not going to read the spoiler card because I don't like to be spoiled. But the theme for this month was, I don't know if you can see the picture, Love and Vendetta. That was the
everything is always kind of themed, right? We have the little peanuts that I hate. Maybe I'll let my cats have fun with them for a little bit before I throw them away. Oh, hi. Speaking of, this guy decided to join me. This is Brax. Look how big they're getting. Look at it. Remember when he was like this big? Oh my goodness. This is my Berber. He had a little surgery. He got a little snip a couple weeks ago. So he just got his cone off and has been able to like run around, and he's so happy to be back to normal. Then next week his sister is having surgery. So anyway, he's over here being my snuggler. Okay, let's see what we got. They've been doing these sword replicas, which I love. I love sword replicas. I missed out on some in the past, and I'm so jealous. Oh, wait, maybe this isn't a sword replica. Wait, is this? Yeah, no, it totally is. So here's the sword. Wow, this is like a fancy one with a curve. And then this is what the handle looks like. I don't know what this is from, though. I'm trying to figure out what book this is from. It'll say it on the spoiler card, but I don't want to spoil myself for anything else. So I'll come back. Oh, maybe it says it on the tag. Sometimes it says it on the tag. Oh, it's from For She Is Wrath, which I've never read. But it's technically a letter opener, but you know, it's a dagger replica. I'll probably never use it as a letter opener. It will be on my bookshelf as a replica. Have you read that book? If you have, let me know if it's any good. The next thing in here is A Deadly Education, the Scholomance series by Naomi Novik, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. And it's magnetic bookmarks, it says on the outside. Oh, cute! Okay, so these are the bookmarks. I haven't read this series yet. It's on my TBR. But if you have, maybe you recognize them. But these are super cute. I love shiny gold foiled things. Sorry, I can't help it. I like it. I like the shine. Oh, yes! It is time! It is time for our calendar. Oh my gosh, this is going to be so sought after. I have had my Throne of Glass one up since last year, and I love it. And what's really cool about it is they are calendar cards on one side, and then they have character art on the other. So now that I'm done with the year, I'm going to hang out all the calendar art, all the fan art of Sarah J. Maas. It's basically Sarah J. Maas universe, so it's all Sarah J. Maas characters. This one is the world of Stephanie Garber. So it's going to be like Caraval and Once Upon a Broken Heart. Okay, let's see. So here's how this works. Ooh, I already love it. Remember how I just said that I love gold foiled things? You guys, everything is foiled, even the edges. Look at this. I love it so much. Oh my gosh. And I love the art. Okay, so let me show you. It comes with like a little wooden block that has a slit in it. And then you put your calendar card on it. And then of course you can, so this is January. Then of course you can like swap it out every month. So I have every month here. And then, whether or not, I am not going to bend. What did I just do with it? Seriously, you guys? I just lost the calendar art piece. What is wrong with me? Oh my gosh, where did it go? It's like magic. It disappeared in thin air. I seriously, like, what the heck just happened to it? I think it like went under my coffee table or something. My coffee table is like super low to the ground. I'm going to have to get down there and look for it. So let me show you February. It just, I didn't even see where it went. Like, and I have carpet. Like, I would have thought it just, I don't understand. That was like a magic trick. Okay. So anyways, this is what it looks like. So you put it in the slot, and then on the back is the character art. So you kind of already saw the first one. Should I go through these really quickly? Let's go through them really quickly. Okay. This is February. This is March. This is April. May. June. July. August. September. October. November. December. We all know who this is. Look at her. So pretty. Oh, this makes me want to dye my hair pink again. Oh my gosh. I really want to dye my hair pink again. I just love it. And then I need to find the one that just like flew. I don't know where it could have gone. I truly don't know what happened to it. It was magic. I will find it. Okay. Ow. Got a little sliver though. Yikes. Okay, moving on. Let's see what else is in the box. Guys, I'm a disaster over here. Okay, next up I can tell is a mug. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited, you guys. This is a good box. This is a really good box. So far, there's only been one fandom that I didn't know, which was the Dagger. I'm sure I will read that book eventually. Do you see? Do you know what it is from this? Sorry, the light is actually so bright. It's reflecting. This is just the light from my window. Okay. So excited. Look how pretty. Another me wanting to dye my hair pink. Okay, literally because of her and because of her, I wanted to dye my hair pink, and I did over the summer, and it was so fun. And it's pink on the inside. I love it. I love it. Look how cute that is. It has the moth on it, the crimson moth. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, next is a kitchen towel. It has like garlic and olive oil and like little mushroom baguettes, I guess. You can see they're right here also. I guess upside down. That's what they look like. Lemons. It's very Mediterranean. The book. We are ready for the book reveal. Okay, you guys are gonna see it at the same time as me. Ready? Oh wait, there is a card in front of it. This is like the spoiler card information, the art information, which I'll share. I always put those in my shorts and over on Instagram as well. So, oh, no wonder I haven't read it because it just came out. Look how pretty, you guys. They are killing it with the foiling. I love it. Okay, so has anybody read this yet? It looks like it's just released. Did anybody get the arc? Is it good? Tell me all the things. Okay, first of all, hello, like this like copper foiling. Stunning, stunning. For She Is Wrath by Emily Varga. Oh my God. Okay. The end pages. Yes, please. Oh my gosh, you guys. The design on this. Okay. So there's the sword we got, right? That's the sword replica that we got. Okay. Now, look at the naked hardcover. I love that they did the naked hardcover just as beautiful. Okay. Oh my God, it's so pretty. Okay. It's black on the top and the bottom, but look at the edges. I mean, come on. That is stunning. Absolutely beautiful. So pretty. Also, it has a reversible dust jacket. So they pretty much did every single upgrade you could possibly want on a book on this one. Which, let's be fair, I want all the things. So this is how I hope they do every single one. Okay, so I noticed that the accent pieces, I guess, is like a lotus flower. So I'm guessing that this has some kind of like Indian lore or something in like the Middle East. And the author looks like a person of color who lives in Canada. So I'm curious what her heritage is. This looks like it's a revenge plot. Okay, I didn't even finish showing you. Here is the reverse cover. And I'm guessing that this is what the original cover looked like. Maybe. And this is the upgraded cover that they designed. Okay, let me read you what the book is about. Danya has been betrayed by her lover and falsely imprisoned for a crime she didn't commit. She's counting down the days until she can exact her revenge when a fellow prisoner offers her a chance to escape and the keys to a dangerous jinn magic. Armed with a brand new identity and all the power she could want, Danya enacts a plan to bring down those who cheated her and her family. But when the one person standing in her way is the very man who signed her life away, retribution becomes a complicated game of cat and mouse, because betrayal isn't simple and revenge certainly isn't easy, not when your heart is involved. Okay, so this definitely seems like an enemies to lovers, not to reduce it to just like one thing, but it sounds like it's Persian. It's got jinns in it, so definitely some of that like Persian history, which I was excited about. I love the lore from that area of the world, and I traveled over there. I loved my time there. I love reading books that take place there. So happy about the diversity that we're getting, and I love learning about other cultures, so this is fabulous. And then we got 2 new tarot cards, which are, so we got Ace of Planets and 2 of Planets. Okay, and I'm guessing that these are the 2 main characters for She Is Wrath. Also, I love that She Is Wrath. She's probably a badass. Yay! Okay, can't wait to get back into my fantasies, but for now, I'm going back to my holiday Hallmark love stories. I'm going to keep listening to Lovelight Farms, keep being productive over here, and I'll update you guys when I have an update. Okay, talk to you soon. Haha, here it is. Here it is, I found it. It was like way underneath my love seat. It like just flopped somehow. You know, you couldn't pay me to throw it that good, but then when I didn't want to do it, I did it, you know? Anyway, so here's January. Stunning. Also January, one of the best months. My birthday. Just saying. Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate it. Oh, that was sweet. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Okay. I just answered the door to my neighborhood doing caroling, and they like knocked on my door, and then they brought me like cookies. It's like a bunch of people in my neighborhood who are like basically my neighbors, or their kids are friends with my kids. They all go to the same church, and I don't go to that church, but I know them, and so they stopped by and sang, and it was so fun, and I love getting carolers. That was awesome. Okay, it's been a little bit since I updated you. It's been a very busy morning. I had to wake up super early and take my mom to the chemo center for her last chemo treatment of this round. So she had like a whole bunch of sessions over the last 5 months, and now she is moving on to immunotherapy, which is a little less intense, and she'll do that for a year. And then so long as the cancer isn't visible, doesn't come back obviously, she'll be done. And if so, then we'll move on to other treatments. We'll figure it out. But as of right now, there's no visible cancer on the scans. So we're moving on to immunotherapy. But it's been a very busy morning, been running around, got her home, got her settled. She's sleeping and resting now peacefully, all loaded up on her meds. So I'm taking a quick break and going to meet my boyfriend at the mall to do some Christmas shopping, grab some lunch, like lunner. It's like, it's too late for lunch and too early for dinner. It's just going to be like an afternoon meal. And then I'll be back here taking care of my mom, checking in on her and getting her some dinner and stuff. So I finished Lovelight Farms last night. It was really good. I really liked it. I need to think about what I'm going to rate it. I think it's going to probably be like a 4.25 maybe. I wasn't like, oh my gosh, I love it, but it was great. The banter was great. It was exactly what I wanted. It's the perfect like Hallmark Christmas vibes. If that's what you're looking for, Hallmark in a book, Lovelight Farms is your story. The typical third act breakup or whatever wasn't super intense. It felt more realistic. It was a miscommunication, kind of, but it was handled very maturely. And miscommunications don't bother me because miscommunications happen in real life relationships. Like that's a real life thing. So anyway, loved it. Done with it. Haven't started a new book because I've been very busy with my mom all morning, but I will be starting a new book after I do my Christmas shopping with my boyfriend. So I'll be starting a new book tonight, and I have to remember what's on my list. It's probably going to be... Why do I not remember anything on my list? Whatever I picked, I'll put it right here. I'll put a picture of what I ended up picking, and then I'll update you guys when I get further along in that. But yeah, yay for being done with chemotherapy for hopefully forever, but at least for the foreseeable future. And on my way to go Christmas shopping. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Sweats. I'm working on projects around the house, and then we are going to be putting up our Christmas tree. So today will be the first official Vlogmas day on my Vlogmas videos. No, actually, this vlog is the first official day of Vlogmas. So tomorrow we'll be putting up the Christmas tree, but you'll also get like a little behind the scenes over here. So I'm in the middle of a project that is going to be going all through bookMAS, and at the end for Christmas I will do a reveal of this room, which is going to be my new... So this is like a storage. That's all just like random storage. Plus I have a, what are those things called? Treadmill? Peloton. The Peloton's new, so I'm really, really excited about it. Let me know if you have one. Tell me all the things I need to know. I just got it. It's a Christmas gift I bought for myself because I really need to start doing more biking, but it's just because it's easier on my joints. But it's so freezing here for like half of the year that it's not biking weather. So I'm really hoping that with the Peloton and doing those online, like the spinning classes online, that it's something I'll actually be able to fit into my life, and it'll be good for my joints and my back. Anyhow, so, and then I have like free weights so that I can lift weights, and I'm going to be moving some of this stuff out to another area that I'm going to convert to a home gym for everyone, including my kids, but I will keep the Peloton in here. That's a me only. Can't risk my kids at this point doing anything to that. So I will have the Peloton in here, but it's essentially going to be like my bookish room. So I'm putting up some bookshelves. Can you guys see? I built my first bookshelf back there, and I'm going to have more of those. I'm going to be converting, I haven't quite decided. I haven't decided if I'm going to do this wall back here or if I'm just going to put 2 right there. I can't decide how many of my books I'm going to move into this room. I might eventually move them all in here, but I also want this to be a space for crafting and stuff that, as it currently is. So the corner I'm talking to you in, I have like all my crafting stuff. I like to be creative, and also I do run a little side business with selling used books and blind dates with a book, and so I do a lot of creative stuff over here. Anyway, ultimately this will end up being a bookish room of bookish crafts, a library of books. I'm gonna get a new reading chair in here so I can come in here and read. It'll also be my dedicated filming space for this channel. I don't currently have one, and so I've had kind of filming gear and stuff all over, and I'm constantly having to like move things around and set things up, and I'm now just gonna have a dedicated space, which is gonna be so nice to have. And hopefully you guys will enjoy that. I have really great natural lighting in this room, so I'm excited about that. Also for reading, just to have like a dedicated space for reading in here. So you guys will be seeing that throughout bookMAS. But for this vlog, I wanted to update you on my holiday romance reads, because it's been a couple of days and I've been busy listening to books nonstop. But because I've been so busy with this space, I haven't like stopped to film. So let me catch you up. I think the last time I talked to you guys, I was starting Holiday Romance by Catherine Walsh. And it is basically, the premise of the book is our female main character goes to the United States for school. She is in Chicago. And the first friend she meets when she immigrates is not really the best friend, but it's like the only friend she has in the beginning because she's just kind of desperate to like meet new people. But this friend of hers has a boyfriend who is also from Ireland. And on their first trip home for Christmas from school, they end up sitting right next to each other on the flight. And it's a little awkward because they do know each other, but what he doesn't know is that his girlfriend is about to break up with him. And she knows that his girlfriend is about to break up with him because it's her friend. And so she's trying not to betray her friend, but is also sitting next to this guy for like 7 hours trying to talk to him and feels like she's just lying to his face because she's like keeping the secret. So all of these things happen. It's really funny. It's definitely classic rom-com style. And over the years, they end up accidentally meeting for flights, and then pretty soon it becomes something they do on purpose. And through the book, we're following 10 years of flights home for Christmas to Ireland. And it's kind of flashing back and forth between the present day flight, which is their 10-year flight, where everything is going wrong. Like flights are getting canceled, they keep getting rerouted, luggage gets lost, all that kind of stuff. And the past flights, like the different things, the different like moments together leading up to this point and how it all kind of ties together. And I really enjoyed it. It was really, really good. I think I gave it 4 stars, and it was great. It didn't blow me away. I felt like the stakes were kind of low. I don't know what it was about the way it was written. It was very mature. It was very low drama, which is great. That's what I think relationships should be like in real life. Like, there's definitely like some miscommunications and there's definitely some hurdles to overcome, but it wasn't like over dramatized, if that makes sense. That's great for real life, but in a book, it means that the stakes are kind of lower, and I just didn't feel quite as invested in their relationship, and it wasn't quite as entertaining as it is when there's more drama. You know, the idealist part of me is like, man, I wish we had more books that showed healthy relationships, which this one absolutely shows how a healthy friends to lovers might go, including all of the hurdles, right? But I also found that I was less satisfied by the end, so I'm learning this. I'm learning this about the industry. I'm learning this about myself as a reader. I go to escape and to be entertained with these kind of books. And when there's low drama, which sometimes you need, but when there's low drama, you do also tend to be less invested. So like the payoff isn't quite as great at the end. So just know that going in. Like, it might be forgettable. Like, I'm probably not going to think about this book very much. But I really, really enjoyed the experience. And I could probably pick it up again next year, and I would just enjoy it just for the vibes, for the holiday vibes. But then I was so busy and my hands were full that I didn't stop my audiobook. And when you get to the end of an audiobook and you don't exit out yourself, Audible automatically starts playing a preview for another book to keep you, interested and keep you buying books from them. And so my hands were full, so a preview started. And next thing I know is the preview for Catherine's other book, Snowed In, which I also had purchased on Audible. I got both of these on a really great Black Friday deal. Plus, they're on Kindle Unlimited. And so I already had them checked out through Kindle Unlimited, and then I got a deep discount for buying the audio version to go with it. So I think I got both of them. I think they were like $3.25 each. So it was a really, really good deal. Because I had purchased it already, it started out with a preview, but then it just kept playing. It went straight into her next book because it is number 2 in this series, which is just an interconnected series. So in the second book, we're following the MMC's brother from the first book who lives in Ireland. We're following him and another girl, and we have cameos from the first couple, like quite a bit in there. So it's really fun to like see more of that couple in the second book. And the second book I thought was better than the first. I actually liked it more than the first, and I thought it was going to be the other way around, but I liked it much better. I think I just liked the characters better. I think they resonated with me. There was a little bit more drama. Plus, I had all of the investment of the first couple going on in there with like a secondary storyline. Also, the issues that the book was addressing was something that I could relate to. It's something that resonated with me. It's something I've dealt with before. And so I just enjoyed it more. I was more invested. So overall, both of them are around 4 stars. I might settle on like 3.75 for holiday romance, and then 4 is Snowden was a solid 4-star. So let me tell you the premise of Snowden. We have Christian, who is the first MMC's brother, and Megan, who is a runaway bride, like 6 years before, and ends up basically never coming back to the town. And even her mom and her brother who live there, like she hasn't come back to see them there, and she hasn't faced what she did. And when she's bolting and she's sneaking out the back to get a taxi to leave, she runs into Christian, and they went to school together because this is a small town in Ireland. So everybody kind of knows everybody. She went to school with Christian. He's outside having a smoke, and he sees her running in her dress, and he basically just like is kind of like, I'm not going to say anything, like go for it. And that's it. That's the last time they saw each other. Well, she decides to come home for Christmas because her brother's going to be home for the first time in a long time, and she hasn't seen her brother and mom at home in a long, long time. And before she leaves, she runs into Christian again. And they start talking, and they're talking about how they both are going home for Christmas, but they're both really nervous. They have different reasons. Christian has his own reasons. She hasn't been back since she ran away. He obviously knows that happened because he saw her leave, and his family still lives there, and it's kind of like the talk of the town. And they kind of reconnect. At first, they're going to do like a friends with benefits situation, but then they're like, you know what? We could really help each other out by fake dating. Like, we could pretend to be boyfriend and girlfriend and go home, and it could make it easier for both of our situations. So they strike up a deal for fake dating to be each other's fake boyfriend, girlfriend for each of their families' Christmas celebrations. And of course, real feelings, ensue. But along the way, we learn a lot more about Megan's past relationship, why she bolted from her wedding. It's very thoughtfully done and very thought-provoking. We really get to know Christian and more about their family, which involves the first couple. It's his brother and his brother's girlfriend. And so we see more of their story, but also like the dynamics of their family and the dynamics between the brothers. And it's really good. It's really good. Definitely more drama, but also like I enjoyed it more. So now I know that despite the fact that I don't like relationships being portrayed as dramatic, because I just feel like that's a toxic ideal to push out, you do need a little bit of drama to be invested. And it feels that way when you're in a real relationship, right? Like there's always a little drama because the stakes are high when your heart is involved. And so I think the only way to really feel that in a novel is for the author to create big stakes through other means so that you're really invested in the characters and the story, so the payoff is better. Whereas in real life, the stakes are already high because your heart is in it and it's your heart, right? None of this was toxic. Okay, so the thing I do appreciate is even though there was more drama in the second one, it still was portraying a healthy way of engaging with someone in a relationship, even though it's like fake dating, right? Which obviously is just fake and a trope, but it was respectfully done. So those are both solid 4 stars, and I highly recommend the audiobooks because the narrators are Irish and use the Irish accents, so you really feel immersed in the story. It's dual point of view for both of the books, which is really, really fun. I really enjoyed it. And then last night I started How My Neighbor Stole Christmas by Megan Quinn. And it is a retelling, I guess, of The Grinch, but through a romance story. It's placed in a town called Kringle, where they celebrate Christmas 365 days of the year. It's a really small, cold, snowy town. Christmas is their theme, even when it's not Christmas, but it's Christmas time. And they have these like in-town competitions. There's a competition for someone to be named the Kringle of the town, kind of like becoming prom queen or prom king or whatever. But there's these competitions in order to win, which involve like card making and gift wrapping and the best Christmas light decorations and the best Christmas performances and all this stuff. So people enter and then they have to perform in all these competitions and get points. And at the end, whoever has the most points and wins first place is named Kringle of the town. And it's, a really honorable position. It's really sought after. We have our MMC who lives in the town, who has lived there his whole life, and he's the Grinch. He does not like to overdo it when it comes to Christmas. He lives in a Christmas town, so this seems confusing. But there's a reason why he's there. There's a reason why he won't leave. There's also a reason why he hates Christmas and just kind of like, keeps himself secluded during the actual holiday season. And then we have Story. Her name is Story. She doesn't live there. She never lived there, but her aunt lives there. And every year for Christmas, her and her family would come back to Kringle and spend like the whole Christmas season with their aunt. And they would do all the Christmas stuff. And her aunt lives next door to Cole, who is the Grinch, the MMC. They were kids together. They grew up each other, just seeing each other every year at Christmas time. And something happened the last time they saw each other. She hasn't been back for like 6 or 7 years. They kind of left on bad terms, but she doesn't know it. So she did something right before she left that really turned him against her, but she doesn't know. And she left for her own reasons, not knowing any of that, and never came back. And she's back for the first time, and she runs into Cole, and he is just so grumpy. He is so mad that she's there. He has such a grudge against her, and she has no idea why. She just thinks he is just being a Grinch, which he kind of is. He's just kind of a grump in general. So this is very much a grumpy sunshine. She is very much the sunshine. And she doesn't know why he's being so rude to her, but she kind of doesn't care. She's there to help her aunt, who is old now and had surgery and needs to be taken care of. Her and her sister move back to the town to help take care of their aunt while she's recovering. And her aunt says, look, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be around, and I really, really want that title of the Kringle. I want you to represent me, Story. I want you to represent our family, and I want you to win this title. Like, this is what I want for Christmas. So Story doesn't want to do this. She is very reluctant. It's not her thing. She doesn't want to be under the town's eye, and we learn why throughout the book. But she does it for her aunt because she knows it's important to her aunt, and she really cares about her and feels like she owes her this. And Cole, who's the Grinch, who never wants to have anything to do with the Kringle competition or anything with Christmas time, finds out that Story has entered to become Kringle, and he enters just to spite her, just to win, just to try to keep her from getting the title. And so we have an forced proximity because they're neighbors, and they're in the same competition. But we also have enemies to lovers, and this is like, I really felt the enemies to lovers on this one. Like, there is so much disdain from Cole towards her in the beginning. And then because she feels that disdain, she automatically kind of shuts down and is defensive towards him. And then, of course, they're competing against each other. And the competition, like, they're both extremely competitive. So you feel those competitive enemy, like arch enemy, like feelings towards each other. And it feels very real. You're like, I don't know how this is going to turn around. He really doesn't like her. Like, really doesn't like her. And he has done nothing but give her every reason to dislike him back because he's just treated her like crap since she's been there. But as the story goes, we learn more about both of their pasts, about why Story left the town, about why Cole has kind of turned into a Grinch and doesn't like Christmas. And of course, feelings develop. It's an old flame because he always had a crush on her when they were kids. And that's not a spoiler. That's, very early on. Anyways, we learn a lot. We get a lot of character development from both of them in their personal stories. Plus, we get a really good romance. So I loved this, and it's a play on The Grinch. So if you're familiar with How the Grinch Stole Christmas, I think you'll really enjoy this book because it's an ode to it. The way that it's written, there's like rhymes, and it follows the same pattern as The Grinch Who Stole Christmas, only with creative replacements, done so well. And our family reads How the Grinch Stole Christmas every Christmas Eve, and we also watch the movie every Christmas season, all the movies, like all the versions, there's 3. So I'm very familiar with the story, and it is definitely a tradition of ours, and so I really, really enjoyed it. And I just finished that one, and I ended up giving it 5 stars. Again, there was a lot more drama, so I was more invested, but also the individual character arcs were way bigger. So I was definitely more invested. They were much bigger, and I cared so much more about the characters. So I just finished those. I'm getting ready to start my 5th book. So now I'm down Lovelight Farms, Holiday Romance, Snowed In. And even though Snowed In looks like a winter tale, you can't tell that it's holiday centered, but it is. So if you're curious, it definitely has the holiday vibes. And then How My Neighbor Stole Christmas. And I think I'm going to read one more for this vlog. So I'll put it on the screen, what I ended up choosing. I'm going to listen to that, work on my project, and then me and my kids are going to put up our Christmas tree. So you'll see some of that, and I'll keep you guys updated. Oh, also, drinking out of my really cute Christmas tree mug today because, you know, Christmas trees. And there's actually, it's one of those ones that has something inside the cup when you're done. So I have too much coffee in here right now, but there's a Christmas tree. So I'll show you what it looks like when it's gone, but it's really cute, and it's really getting me in the mood to put up our tree today. Also, it snowed this week. It's like frosty cold outside. Everything is like icy and frosty and sparkly. So definitely feeling the December wintry Christmas vibes, and today's the perfect day to just stay in, listen to the book, drink my coffee, and put up the Christmas tree. I'll talk to you guys soon. Okay, so currently we're mid Christmas tree, but my kids were getting tired and we weren't quite done. We got a late start. Anyway, we didn't quite finish. So I will do the final reveal tomorrow when we finish the tree, but there's a little sneak peek back there. Meanwhile, all of our boxes are out. It's kind of a disaster over here, but I wanted to update you because I've gotten pretty far. I started Holidaze by Christina Lauren, and I've been listening to it. It's not a very long book. It's kind of short. So out of all of them, it's definitely the shortest. So if you're looking for like a quick short read, then this might be up your alley. I haven't finished it yet, but I'm really enjoying it. First of all, it takes place in Park City, Utah, which I used to live there. I used to work in Park City and live in Salt Lake City. So it's really fun to be back in an area that I'm familiar with. But secondly, there's time travel involved. And if you know me, you know that I am a sucker for time travel. And I had no idea that this had a time travel element to it. So we're following our main character, May, and her parents and their college friends are like lifelong friends and have always kept in touch even as they got older and had kids, and you know, they kind of all grew up together, but they live across the country. But one of the families has a cabin in Park City, and every year for Christmas, all of the families fly in together and stay at the cabin in Park City for Christmas for like 5 to 7 days. So they've all grown up together, all the kids. One of the families has 2 boys, and one of the boys is her age. So the boy that's her age, his name is Theo, and it's kind of like the unspoken expectation, because they're the same age and they grew up together. Even though they were treated more like brother and sister, it was kind of expected that over time they would probably end up together and then they would officially be family, you know. Well, it's never really happened because May hasn't even ever looked twice at Theo, okay? She has always had a crush on Theo's older brother, Andrew. And Andrew is who she's always secretly kind of loved, you know, but just never thought ever that could happen. And Andrew has never given off any vibes that he was ever interested in her in any way. So this seems completely out of the realm of possibility. So that's kind of the dynamic we're working with. But what happens is they go back for Christmas, and we start out the day after Christmas when everyone's getting ready to leave the cabin. And something has happened the night before that May is regretting. And she's thinking about it, and she's trying to figure out how she's going to fix this thing that happened, how it's going to change everything. And then she gets even more news, which is that the family that owns the cabin is planning on selling it, and that would be their last Christmas there. And she's pretty devastated. Everyone's pretty devastated. And as they are leaving, everyone leaves and goes their separate ways and says their like final goodbyes at the cabin for the last time. Something happens, and May suddenly wakes up, and she's on the airplane on her way to Salt Lake City to start their Christmas vacation over again. The one she just left. She's like, there's no way I time traveled. Like, that's not real. She's really confused. So we're following her as she's trying to figure out what's happening, and we find out that she is indeed time traveling, but she has to figure out why she's there, because she keeps getting sent back to the same day over and over. Different things trigger, we'll call it like a reset, where she ends up at the beginning of her trip again. So going back to the same day, which is the first day of the Christmas vacation in Park City at the cabin. And we're definitely getting a sense that there's some kind of chemistry between her and Andrew, even if she was not aware of it before. And we're learning why they've never been able to share their feelings before, and kind of exploring what it would be like if they were able to be together. So that's where I'm at. I'm really enjoying it because, again, I'm a sucker for time travel. It's taking place in Park City, which if you haven't been there, is just like this most like quaint ski mountain town that's like got those old school vibes. It has like an old Main Street, very like vintage ski town in the mountains. And I like that where the main character has her own personal character arc going on. It's a single point of view, making us focus on the FMC's personal journey rather than just the romance. And the romance seems like it's more of a subplot, although it has a lot to do with what's happening, right? So anyway, it's very short. I'm already more than halfway through. I have been listening all day, but I've took my earbuds out many times to just be present with my family, be present with my kids, decorate the tree. So they're in bed now, and I'm going to pop my earbuds back in and do a little bit of end of the night cleanup. I will probably finish this book tonight, so I'll either hop on before I go to sleep and give you guys an update, or I'll pop on in the morning and give you guys an update. But that's where I'm at, and yeah, it's been a great Sunday. I'm really excited to share my tree with everyone because I have a special theme that is not only bookish, but also is in honor of my brother who passed away last year. So I'm really excited about it. I put a lot of thought and effort into it this year, and this is the thing that made me feel a lot of comfort. So I'll be happy to share that, and I'll just give like a little preview in here, but then you'll have to watch tomorrow's Vlogmas Day 2 to see the entire thing. All right, you guys, have a good night. I'll see you in the morning. Good morning. It is the next day. I was up very late last night doing various tasks, and I finished the book. And I had more left in it than I thought. I think when I checked in, I thought that I was further along than I was. Really just the book was longer than I thought it was in my head. So I actually finished the book at like 2 in the morning. I was up way too late, working on tasks and also listening to my book. Here's a little thing about me. If you don't know, I am neurodivergent. I have ADHD. And so sometimes that makes it hard for me to focus. Sometimes that makes it hard for me to unfocus. Sometimes once I get going and I have all of that momentum, I have all the momentum going, it's really hard for me to like stop. It's really difficult for me to stop mid-project on purpose. Once I go into like my black hole, I call them my black holes, it's really hard for me to come back out. So I was in a black hole last night which also happens to me with books. So sometimes I just get into a book, and especially if I'm like also doing a project alongside it, which is what I did last night, I just can't stop. So I just couldn't. So I finished the book, which means that I finished 2 books yesterday because I'm insane. They're not super long books, you know, they're rom-coms, and so they're not super difficult to get through. I was listening to them, so I was doing other things and listening. It was on 1.5 speed for both of them on Audible. Anyway, I finished In a Holidaze by Christina Lauren, and I really liked it. I liked it much better than I thought I was going to. I don't know why, but for some reason I was kind of resistant to reading it, but I had it, and I know it's popular, and I like Christina Lauren, so I was like, I want to read it for this vlog. But for some reason, that was the one I was the least excited for. But I really, really liked it. And again, it's because the main character had such a good character arc. Like, it was more than just the romance. So really enjoyed that. It reminds me a little bit of, it's like a combination of The Family Man and Groundhog's Day, and maybe like The Midnight Library. I don't know, but like holiday version. Yeah, if you like time travel, if you like friends to lovers, if you like a primary storyline with a character arc, and like you want the romance to be more secondary, but there was still romance. There was still definitely romance and definitely spice. It's a single point of view. It's just we only get the main character's point of view, but there's lots of dialogue. This might be for you. It's definitely like up in the snowy mountains in the winter, Christmas time, cozy. It's really fun. I really liked it. And there's definitely also that element of like found family. So that's great too. I think overall I will give it 4.5 stars. Now, understand my rating system for this vlog. I rate books based on how well they met the expectation that I had for them and how much I enjoyed them. So, you know, like that 5 stars of feeling. For instance, how I rate a 5-star rom-com, especially like a Hallmark vibe rom-com, is going to be very different from a 5-star historical fiction, for instance. Not comparable. Completely different kinds of books. Okay? Completely different kinds of vibes. So not all 5 stars, not all 4 stars are created equally. They are respective of the genre that I'm reading. So I don't like to have too many expectations because that also ruins my experience, but I need to know what genre I'm in, essentially, and I guess what the vibes are. So I knew going into all of these that they were going to be holiday, rom-com, Hallmarky type of books. So all of my ratings are based on the expectation that that's what I was going to be reading, and I'm rating them for that genre compared to each other, but not compared to other genres. Does that make sense? Yeah, I guess the best way to put it is that my rating system is exclusive to each genre. So a 5-star rom-com is a 5-star compared to other rom-coms. A 5-star historical fiction is a 5-star compared to other historical fictions. Make sense? Okay. So I would give that one a 4.5. Can I say any more words? Can I say any more unnecessary words? I probably could have said that way shorter, but my brain is still, I'm still drinking coffee. By the way, this is the mug of the day. Isn't it so cute? I think it's like just vintage winter sweater or something. It's giving me like winter sweater vibes and vintage vibes. And then it's like red on the inside and it has a gold handle. And I love it. I don't know why. I like it a lot. I'm kind of feeling green. Can you feel colors? I'm feeling colors. I'm definitely feeling green, okay? It might be because I'm on a Wicked kick right now, and it's one of my favorite musicals, and it really hit me hard this time. Like I got something different out of it this time. And obviously a green theme there as well, but I'm feeling green. What does green mean? Envious, I guess? But I'm not feeling envious. I'm not feeling envious. That is what it means, huh? Green with envy. Is that because money's green? You guys, I am on a tangent. Like my brain is chopped salad today. It's just, and we're mixing up the salad and none of it makes sense. It's fine. Point is, I finished the holidays. That's my update. I am now going to be working on other tasks today. I probably won't get quite as much reading done because I have to do some editing and I can't listen to a book or read a book and edit at the same time, obviously. Maybe it's not so obvious, but for me, I can't do it. So I'll keep you updated. But next up on the list is the Christmas tree farm. And then that'll be it, because then I need to edit this vlog and get it posted for day 1 of Vlogmas. And it's going to be my longest video of Vlogmas, except for maybe my reveal at the end of my new reading room and filming room. I haven't decided what I'm going to call it yet. I mean, it's not going to just be my library, right? Because I have like I have exercise equipment in there. I'm going to have books, crafting, filming stuff. So I need a cool name. What are we going to call it? Give me ideas down below in the comment section. It needs a name. Something bookish though. Anyway, okay, I'm going to get to work. I have a lot to do today while my kids are gone. I am on tangents, but I'm not going to edit all of this out because I want you guys to see what it's like to be neurodivergent. And I don't mask anymore. I'm not going to try to pretend like I'm something I'm not. And I'm not going to hide the things about me that make me different, because I think there's a lot more of me, of us out there. And I want to relate to you. I want you to see that this is my normal and that it's normal for us whose brains are wired this way to get distracted, also to get sucked into a hole, to go off on tangents, and some days just to not really be put together, which is right now. And for me, it also, for anyone really, but it also gets worse when I'm having a mental health crisis, which I am right now because I'm deeply grieving and I have depression. And even though I'm getting better, I'm not better yet. I'm still navigating all of these really intense feelings and experiences, and it might be a while, but going through that exacerbates my already existing brain wiring of being neurodivergent. So there you have it. Talk to you guys. Okay, you guys. I just realized that I never came back on here and updated you. I got carried away with other videos that I was filming. But I did pick up the Christmas tree farm. But because I didn't vlog any of it, I am going to talk about it in my next bookmas video. So I will update you tomorrow when you see bookmas day 2. I finished the book. My thoughts are there. Okay. And I hope you enjoyed this reading vlog of a week of reading Christmas holiday rom-coms. Let me know if there's any books you think I should pick up. I will be reading more of these going forward, so you'll see more reviews and recommendations in future bookmas videos, because I'm kind of on a Hallmark rom-com-y book right now, and now I'm picking up all kinds of books. Plus they were on sale for like Black Friday and Christmas season, so I've collected quite a few right now, and they're just hitting the spot for me. So stick around. Please subscribe if you haven't already, especially if you found this entertaining or useful. I hope you will be here. I plan to release a video every day from now until Christmas for the 12 days of Christmas / bookmas. So I hope you will be a part of my community and that you will have a very happy holiday, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye!
I've been working so much lately, I can barely find the time to sleep. Yeah, I spend my time running around, keeping